Today, 12 resolutions for the new year so our sewing goes really smooth. These are not very strict rules or impossible goals you can achieve. It's just some ideas and concepts so your sewing gets better and it goes really smooth. So if you like sewing at home for yourself or for your family, this video is for you. And the first one is sewing with patience. You need to be patient with yourself and realize that you're sewing on your own, and being frustrated is part of all the process, as well as unstitching and making mistakes. So don't get overwhelmed with all of it. Just relax, enjoy the process, and realize that you're learning and it's part of it. And one thing we don't realize we do is that we always get comfortable doing something and we do the same thing, and we all have to agree on this and change it. And it is to keep learning, to learn new skills in sewing, or to learn to use new tools as well. This is also important, because if not, we're always going to do the same old thing. So it's important to keep learning and updating. And one thing that can happen when you start gaining confidence while sewing is that you start skipping steps. This is really dangerous because you can mess up the whole project just by skipping one little step. Maybe you think there's no need to mark this seam or to pin this pocket, or maybe it's not necessary to press that seam, but it is. Every single step counts, and it's a way of respecting yourself and what you're doing with your time. So don't skip steps. Don't think you're more clever by doing this. It's not a race again, and just make sure you're doing the whole thing. And not only measuring properly, measure twice, cut once, always, but also trying it on while you're making it. Imagine you're making a skirt. Well, just before you add the waistband, try it on. Just see if it fits properly. Or if you're hemming trousers, try them on with pins on just before you sew them. Maybe you measured them wrong. Maybe it moved a little bit while you were pinning. Something can happen. Anything can go wrong. So just make sure you try on things every few steps, or even every step of the process. It's only you're making sure that you're not unstitching in the future, but you are not wasting material and a lot of time doing a project that you just mess up by cutting a leg off. Imagine. And one very important thing is to choose the right fabrics and materials to work with. If we don't have the right fabric for the project we want to do, it's going to look awful. It won't have the flow, it will be uncomfortable, and it won't look right. It will look wrong, really wrong. So make sure you choose the right fabric for the project you want to do, and then you need to choose the right needle and thread for the fabric, so it's easier to sew it and it's better anyways. It's well sewn, and that makes it durable and good to wear. So just make sure you have this right. And of course, one very important thing is to keep our tools and workshop as neat as possible. Our sewing machine must be always clean and oiled. Our scissors must be sharp, and the workshop, your sewing room, must be as tidy and useful as possible. If you have to come in to tidy up and then sew your project, you're going to get bored or tired, so you're not going to sew anything. So just make sure you keep it clean, although there's that problem that sewing rooms are never clean or tidy because it's how it is, but just try. Let's just try for the sake of it. And one thing we all must learn is the finishings. It's really important that the inside is as beautiful as the outside of your project. It doesn't matter if it's a cushion or a dress. If the inside is bad, it's going to end up breaking. Maybe if it's fraying, it end up ripping the seam or something like that. So just make sure, even if we don't have a serger, that the seams are nice and neat and the finishings inside are polished, so it lasts longer and it looks nice. And one thing we have to do is to learn with each project, and I've thought even to make a sort of diary and notebook with each project and tips about how it was, or what seam I had to do again, or which seam I had to redo or remeasure because it didn't work, what needle worked best, or what thing I could change in case of doing the same project in the future, things like that. So when you go back or when you're going to do something and have a look, you can improve your next project. This is really important, and I think it's really good for learning. I just knocked the mic. It's really good for learning, and it's a way of getting things in your head so you learn and get better projects the next time. But get better results. And something that helps a lot is to know what you have. If you keep everything organized, if you know the fabrics you have, if you keep them organized by color or by type, maybe you know at an inspiration point that you have that fabric to do something on a Sunday afternoon, and you don't have to go out shopping because you can't, because, well, at least where I'm from, nothing's open on a Sunday. But if you know what you have, you can end up doing something on a Sunday. So, and not only that, but you avoid making a lot of spending. If you know you have zips and you have fabrics and you have buttons, you don't end up wasting a lot of money, well, not a lot of money, but wasting money by buying the same thing again and again. So just keep track of what you have. I think we don't even need to say this because it's the life motto of every sewing room, which is avoid wasting and try to use everything you have. If you have a pair of trousers you don't want and you don't wear anymore, you can chop them and make some nice shorts for the summer, or a handbag, or maybe all these little pieces you have around you can reuse by filling pin cushions or doorstops, things like that. It's not only using everything, is just trying to make the most of every little piece of scrap you have. So just keep trying, because sewing is not just making things from scratch, from new fabric. It's just reusing everything. Sewing for your everyday life. Sometimes people don't like sewing useful things like mending or upcycling because they might think that it's weird or it's not necessary. But look at this scarf dress I made. It's a dress I made from a scarf. It's really cool. So it's good because you personalize everything you have. You give stuff you have a new life if you mend it, and making things for the home in general is quite good, not only for your pocket but for everyone in the house, because maybe you need something specific or something that you can't find in a shop. So it's really good. Just try. I've made loads of this year and I'm going to keep doing so. And the satisfaction of something homemade. We have to enjoy this. We have to be proud of what we make. Sometimes as makers, we just don't say that we make things, oh yeah, that I made that, and we don't feel confident about it, and it's something we have to change. We have to feel confident about the time we spend researching, the time sewing, the time thinking about it. It's something we made for ourselves, so we have to enjoy it, and we have to be proud of it, and scream that we've made it and be proud of it. Of course we do. Well, who is with me on this? We can even try to do once a month because it's 12 of them, and we can start by patience in January, which is really difficult because we're coming out of Christmas. So it's really important to be patient with yourself because it's going to be a hard month. So if you have other resolutions, let me know down in the comments which ones they are, and let's try and do this together. Bye!